Hello and welcome back to the another episode of Mastering Java Interview Questions. I am Rahul Muzuka and we are diving deep into the world of operators in Java. In this episode, we will be covering about operators and the types of operators, and we'll explore the functionalities and use cases of operators, and even tackle some of the tricky interview questions related to the operators. But before we dive in, hit the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and also if you find the video valuable, please share with your friends and family. So in this series, the first question we have is like, what is operators? So operator is nothing but a special symbol that is used to perform a operation, a mathematical operations on a variables, or it could be on a values. Okay. So while coming to the type of operators, we have like logical operators are available. We have arithmetic operators. We have assignment operators, other operators, and relational operators. So let me explain them one by one. So in order to perform a mathematical operations, we'll be using these four basically. Plus, minus, plus is for addition, minus is for subtraction, multiplication for this asterisk key, then division by this forward slash. Then we have something called modulus operator. So you might be aware of these four, but the question might come, so what is the difference between these two, right? So in order to explain this, let me move to the board. So here, so if you are writing 10 divided by 2, how you will be solving this? You will be dividing the 2 by 10, right? So 2 5s are 10. You will get the remainder as 0 0. So when you are writing division operator, you will get this 5 as an answer, the divider. Okay, but the moment if you are writing 10 modulus 2, it will be like you are dividing 2 by 10, but 2 5s are 10, but the answer will be 0 0. Your answer will be the remainder. Okay, like similar to like you are dividing 11 by 2, you will be dividing 2 by 11. Now what you will do? 2 5s are 10. Now the remainder is 1, like this. So whenever you are writing a modulus, it will return you the remainder. But whenever you are dividing a operator, you will be it will be returning the divider of a number, like this. Clear? So done. Clear about this too. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comment box. So these two operators again we have plus plus and minus minus. So what are these operators? These operators we call it as an unary operators. Unary operators. Okay, so there are basically two types of operators, pre-increment and post-increment. So we have a separate question for this, in that we'll discuss. Okay, so here we have. Okay, good. Then I'll move to the next one, the logical operators. I think I have a question for this as well. Yes. Okay, so I have a separate question for this. I have a separate question for unary operators. I'll explain that in the brief. Then we have assignment operators. Assignment basically are used to assign the values to any of the variables. Like assume, let me add a page. Assume you have a variable a equal to, you are adding right 10. So similarly, if you are writing a plus equal to 20, now what it will do? Basically, it will just convert this expression as a equal to a plus 20. So what is a? A is nothing but 10 plus 20. So in the a you will get 30. So these kind of operators are similar to nothing but a equal to a plus 20, like this. Okay, so these all type of operators we call it as an assignment operator. So similar way we can use it for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and for modulus as well. Okay, so for the ternary operators as well we have a separate question. I'll just explain it in that. Then we have relational operators, like assume if you have a value and you want to compare it with other value, at that time you will be using the relational operators. Like assume you are comparing 10 is equal to 10 or not. So it will return you one boolean values, which means it will just return true or false, like this. So we have all the operations like 10 is less than or equal to 2, right? Like this. So this condition is false because 2 is greater than 10 is greater than 2. That's why this condition is false, like this, so on. So you have all the operators here, like you have equal to operator, not equal to operator, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, all these operators you have here. Clear? Then so here we have, like I told you, right, like I'll be explaining about the unary operators into a separate question into details. Yeah. So what is unary operator in Java? So unary operators are basically used to increment a variable or a value by 1, or we can decrement it as well by 1. So how we can do, with the help of two plus plus operators we can increment it by 1 plus 1, or with the help of minus minus hyphen hyphen operators we can decrement the value by minus 1. Okay, so the operators can be used before the variable as well. So like this, that what we call as a prefix, or we call it as a pre-increment, and using the operands after the variable we call them as a post increment or postfix, like this. So we can use both, we can use before and after the variable as well. So there is a different logic for this too. Assume like you are writing, you have a variable integer a equal to 10. Okay, now you are writing system.out.println and you are writing a plus plus, and you are writing system.out.println and you are writing a. Now what will be the output? If you are just coming from left hand to the right side, you have a variable a. So what is the value of a? Nothing but 10 will be displayed. Now the next thing of the plus plus operator is to increment the value by 1. So 10 plus 1 will become 11. So 11 will be stored into the variable now. Now again at the next line we are printing the value of an a, that is nothing but 11. So I'll get 11 in the output, like this. Same thing if you are coming for an pre-increment, then you are creating a variable integer a equal to 2, assume. Then you are writing system.out.println and you are writing plus plus a. Okay, and again if you write system.out.println the value of an a. Now what it will do, plus plus a means first it will increment it by 3, then print the value of an variable. Now in the output I'll see 3, and again I am printing the variable value of an a. Now it is 3, so here also I'll get 3. So the output will be 3. Okay. So let me explain you practically. Let me open Eclipse IDE for this. I'm using Eclipse IDE. The moment you start the Eclipse IDE, you will see blank pages like this. A project explorer will be there. As of now, there are no running project. Let me create a new project. Either you can click on this create a project, or you can come to the files. You can just click on the new button. You will find, if you are not able to find a Java project, click on others. Then you will be able to find a Java project here itself, or if you can just type Java, you will find this. You can just click on this, just click on the next button. So this is where you need to give your project name. I'll just name this as YouTube. Okay, and make sure this button is been unchecked, create model info.java. Make sure this is unchecked. Then click on the finish button. Creating a project, click on the no. Then once you are here, so this is your first Java project. Now just expand this, right click, create a package. So package should be created in small case, so I'll just name this as com, that means a company dot. I'll just name my YouTube channel name Hackify-Tech dot YouTube. I have created a package. So in order to organize my project properly, I'll be creating a package. I'll click on the finish button. Now the package is entirely empty. I'll just create a new class. I'll just right click on this, new. I'll create a class. I'll just name this as operator. Then I need a main method as well. I'll click on this checkbox. Then I'll click on the finish button. Now you guys can see one class is being created. Inside that I have a main method. So let me increase the size. Okay, done. So what I'll do, quickly I'll create a variable integer a equal to sum 10. So I'll just write system.out.println. I'll be just typing syso and control space. So it will complete the statement for me. So I'll just write a plus plus. Done. I'll just save the file. What type of increment is this? This is nothing but post increment. Okay, so let me save the file. I'll just press Ctrl S, or you can just click on this button. Now I want to run the program. I'll just right click, run as Java application. So you guys can see in the output I'm able to see 10. But again, after this, if I print the value of an variable a, then I'll be able to see, if I run this, I can run from here itself. Okay, so I can see first time by this line it is printing 10, and by the second line it is printing, oh shit, okay, by the second line it is printing 11. So here it is printing the variable value, that is nothing but 10 is being displayed here. Then after this we are incrementing the value by 1. So that's why in the next line it is showing me 11. Okay, clear? Then we have something called pre-increment as well. So I can just add the plus plus symbol at the beginning. I can save the file. Now if I run the program, now you can see both are 11 11. So why 11? Because so before the variable, before I display the variable value, before itself I am incrementing the value. So incrementing the value of a, so by 1. So here it is 10. So incrementing it by 1, it will become 11. The variable value is a 10. The variable value is now 11. So I'll display that. Then again I'll be displaying the same variable value. So that's why 11 11 in the output. Yes. So clear. So let me know if you have any doubts in the comment box. Okay. Then we have something called decrement as well. Let me comment this. Now this will become pre-increment. Okay. Now let me copy the same thing. Let me paste it here. So now what I'll do, I'll just write a minus minus. Now let me comment this first. If I run the program, you can see a minus minus, which means first display the value of a variable a, that is nothing but 10, then decrement it by 1, which will become 9 here, then again display the variable value. So that's why we are able to see 10 and 9 in the output like this. Okay, clear? Also we can just add this minus minus at the beginning itself, that what you call as pre-increment, sorry, pre-decrement. I'll just save the file. Now if I run this, you can see both the things. I'm able to see 9 9. So 10 will become 9 since we are decrementing it first itself. Then again I'll be printing the variable value. So that's why 9 and 9. Okay, clear? Now, so if you have any queries, let me know in the chat box. Also, please do subscribe to my channel. My channel name is Hackify-Tech. Okay. Then the next question we have, what is ternary operator in Java? So what do you mean by ternary operator? Like you are writing if condition, right? You are writing it like this, open a bracket, close a bracket, else condition. Again you are writing it here. Okay. So instead of writing it into multiple lines, what you can do, you can just write this condition into a single line. That can be done with the help of ternary operator. So ternary operator is a compact way of writing a simple conditional expression into a shorthand writing. Okay, so instead of writing else if, we can just use ternary operator. So what is the syntax? Syntax is nothing but we have a condition here. If this condition is true, then this statement is being executed, or else if this condition is not true, then it will execute the else statement. So this is part is nothing but a else part, this is a true part, like this. Okay, so here I have given an example as well, like where I have created a variable with the name age equal to 25, and what I am doing here, I am just printing the statement into the system.out.println itself. I am printing the output into the console. Now what I am doing, this first line is nothing but my condition. So what I am doing, so I am checking the age, 25 is greater than or equal to 18. Yes, 25 is greater than 18. The condition is true. So in the output I'll be able to see you are adult, like this. If this condition, assume if I change the variable value to 10, now the condition is false, so now it will print this as an output. Okay, so you can just try this into your IDE. Okay, so the next question we have is, what are logical operators in Java? So basically logical operators are used to combine two boolean expressions and return a new boolean expressions, boolean values. Okay, so basically these logical operators will play a critical role when we are working on a complex backend thing, like where we want to check our multiple conditions, like true, like I'll use the AND operator, that is nothing but I have to use and I'll add true. So I can add two conditions which will return a boolean values and I can compare them, and this result of this will be true. Why true? Because it will return true if both the statements are true, when both the operands are true. That's why. Okay, I'll explain this in detail bit. So basically there are three logical operators available in Java. One is logical AND operator, which will return true when if both the operands are true, and it or else it will be a false. Okay, so please make a note of this. Then we have a logical operator that can be defined with multiple pipelines. Okay, so the logical OR operators returns true if either of the operands are true, which means when one of the statement is true, it the entire statement is true. Okay, by logical operators. So not operator, this is what calls a logical not operators, can be defined with the help of exclamatory mark. The logical not operators inverts the boolean value of an operand. Like what does this mean is, like if you have negation true, the output of this will be false, which means it will negate the value. Okay, so for a better understanding, let me explain it with the help of board. I'll click create a new page. Assume you have a table like 1 plus 1. You will get 1. I'm doing an binary addition here. Okay, so 1 plus 0 is nothing but 1. 0 plus 1 is nothing but 1. 0 plus 0 is nothing but 0. Now what you can do, you can just consider 1 as true and 0 as false and the plus operator as logical OR operator. Okay, now in the result it will be something like true plus true is equal to true. So by this pattern what you can understand is, when one of the statements are true, then the entire result is true. Okay, when both all the statements are false, then only I'll get the result as false. Clear? This is the case with logical AND operator. Like this. Okay. So the next thing we have is logical OR operator. So assume like in the back end we can write it like this also, like true or false or true, like this. So just evaluate it by one, just true or false is nothing but 1 plus 0, right? So the result is true, so it will be true as well. Then OR operators, I'll just take this 2 at the bottom, true. Then I'll just, what is the output of this? 1 plus 1 is nothing but again it is true. I'll just, and the result will be true. So what you can do here is basically instead of this true and false, we'll be adding a conditions like how 1 is equal to 1. Okay, so 10 is not equal to 10. 1 is equal to 1. So I am adding a multiple conditions here. So the result of this will be like this. The result of this, all this will be true, because one of the statement is true means the entire statement is true. Clear? The next one we have is logical AND operator. Okay, can be defined with ampersand ampersand. So let me take again an example of an binary values, like if 1 is multiplied by 0, 0 is multiplied by 1, 1 is multiplied by 1, and what I'm left with, 0 is multiplied by 0, like this. So the result of all this will be like anything is multiplied by 0 is always 0. Okay, so this will be 0, this will be 0. 1 multiplied by 1 will be remaining 1. So now in this, consider 1 as true, 0 as false, and star as ampersand ampersand. Okay, now the result of this will be true and false. The result of this will be false itself. So true, when all the statements are true, then the end result will be true as well when we are working with ampersand operators, the AND operators. Okay, like this. So let me do one thing. There is a problem added into the PPTs. Okay. So there is one problem given here. Okay, so let's solve this. What is that? True or false. So now it is like 1 plus 0. The result will be 1. Now let me bring this down. Ampersand ampersand false. Now 1 multiplied by 0 will be 0, or there is nothing but, or is nothing but plus plus, then it is true here. I will give 1. So the end result will be true, but you can see here I am using a negation operator. The result of this will be false, like this. So like this way it will be evaluated. You can use multiple operators here. Okay, so the work of negation is to just invert the value. So if it is true, if you are using a negation symbol, then it will be converted to false, like this. Okay, so this table will help you in understanding the logic, the same what I have explained in the board. Also we have some problems given here, like example, like 5 is less than 2, ampersand ampersand, 5 is greater than 3. So is this greater than 2? Sorry, 5 is less than 2? No, it is a false statement, ampersand ampersand. Now this is a true statement. Now since we are working with the logical AND operators, so this is the condition, the end result will be false, like this. Clear? So you can solve this other two, and you can send me the answer in the comment box. Okay, so the next thing also, like we have one more problem here. I want you to solve this problem. Like I want you to have three variables: first variable, second variable, and third variable. I want you to write a logic where we'll be comparing a variables, and whatever the largest variable will be, I want to print that in a output. Among the three, the largest variable is 48, so the output should be the largest number is 48, like this. Okay, so you can solve this and you can post the answer into the comment box. Okay, so if you have any queries, also you can just let me know in the comment box. I'll be very happy to help you with that.